What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more J-drama score, and we're returning to the soundtrack to Lucky 7, 2012. I went back and I relabeled the way that I spell the title of the show. I did 2 reactions to the soundtrack already, and I wrote out the number 7, which on a drama wiki site I use to just, make sure I have any relevant information about the J-dramas I watch and now I do reactions to. It's spelled out as the number, or as the word 7. But here on the DVD box set, and the DVD box set for the DVD for the special episode, which takes place after the end of the regular show, it uses the number 7. So that's just the way I'm going to write it from now on, with the number 7. In any case, this soundtrack is done by Tim Wynn, which again, it's an interesting soundtrack to me just because that's not a Japanese name, so it's someone who came from a different music background, meaning not someone who presumably grew up in Japan. Now I say that, I don't actually know that, but that would be my estimation. In any case, the track we're going to listen to is Believe Me, and not Showdown. Showdown is the energetic one I reacted to. What was the other one I reacted to? In the moment I'm forgetting what it is, but the second track I reacted to in the first couple I did is a very emotional and sweet tune. I think it had strings and piano. This is another one in that vein, and there are more like that on this soundtrack. So I'm going to have a lot of fun going through the more emotionally expressive and melodically sweet tracks on the soundtrack. Though again, there's some energetic tunes, there's some comedy type tunes where you could just imagine people having a comedic argument. So it's another J-drama soundtrack with a lot of variety across the course of it, but this one, Believe Me, definitely has an emotional character to it. So let's give it a listen. This is from the Lucky 7 soundtrack by Tim Wynn, a tune called Believe Me. beautiful. I think there is a melancholy in it. It has a elegant sound, but yeah, I think there's sort of an embedded sadness in there. Now, it's funny, I remember the premise and perhaps the ending point, as well as maybe one or two moments along the way. But as I've discovered when I start talking about these shows that I saw years back, that seems to be the way my brain works. I remember the concept of the show and, the roles of the different characters. I usually remember the very end point as well as how it starts, but a lot of the narrative plot developments in between my brain does not recall, at least until I then watch it and start going through it again. And then sometimes, right as something's about to happen, it's like, oh wait, I do remember this. And even then, not always. Sometimes an event occurs like, oh wait, like I totally didn't remember this at all. So yes, I don't remember exactly when this track might be used. Of course, there is some interpersonal drama and development between the main investigators, the team, the detective agency that constitutes the core of the show. But I don't remember anything in particular that might relate to the concept of Believe Me as I'm recalling now. So again, once we get through Kurakochi, I believe this is going to be, not Kurakochi, once we get through Ouroboros, this is going to be the next watch-along I do on my Patreon for a J-drama, so we'll find out soon enough. But ultimately, as I said, this is one of several tracks in the soundtrack that have an emotional and expressive elegance to them, and this one, I enjoy the arrangement. We definitely get like two different kinds of piano. We get those big, louder, powerful chords, but also that soft, walking, beautiful melody higher up the piano. We get cello giving us a bass line string elegance, as well as by the end a higher and more emotionally elevated violin line. So yes, a sort of chamber music arrangement, a beautiful tune. Shout out to Tim Wynn. Shout out to those who have taken an interest in my J-drama music reactions. And I'm actually remembering that Stuart commented on one of the first Lucky 7 reactions I did. And in that regard, it's going to bother me if I don't check. So I just want to see. I know, what was the first one? The first one was Showdown and then Shine. That's right. Shine was the other one that I had done. And there is a track near the end. I want to say it's like Remember. Oh, it's From the Past. That one has another very beautiful sound to it. So maybe I'll do From the Past next. But yes, I'm very much looking forward to getting to this show, but we have Ouroboros to watch in between now and then, so let me know what you think of the tune, and I will see you next time. Peace.